I wanted to ask you that if you thought this whole thing was fated. And I wanted to even think of bringing in
Mm,
other things like the tapestry itself. I thought it's interesting that it's like basically their whole little world on it in all intricate detail. And I can see
mm,
how that would be, she would know in this beautiful silk gathered from the body of the people. It's this sort of, so on the one hand, it could be this beautiful and heartfelt offering of a people to the beloved king, but instead it's this weird distorted mirror image of that because the mayor and then him look on it just lustfully, and it sort of instead of showing the love of the people for the king and the therefore the quality of the king reflecting back in this gift, it brings out his meanness, his lowness of character and his one dimensionality and all that stuff. But I don't know if I'd encountered that image before. It's got to be in some horror movie somewhere, something of the whole world or your whole little world reflected in this little beautiful, hauntingly beautiful, eerie kind of thing, and
hmm
you could see how that could be like some sort of magical item that brings out the inherent evil in a character or something.
Yeah, yeah. It has me think of there's a story by Borges. I can never quite
Jorge
pronounce his name right.
Luis.
Yeah, Jorge Luis
Mm,
Borges.
yeah.
Where I think he sets it in China. So there's an emperor, but the ruler wants to create a map of his land. Um, and they do, and then he wants it to be bigger because there's not enough detail, and he wants it to be bigger because there's not enough detail. And eventually they create a map that is the size of the land, and like the land gets, I forget the end of the story, like the land gets lost, or the narrator is now wondering whether he's wandering through the land or the map, and he's not quite certain.
Yeah.
And I take that story to mean sort of the conceptual overlay that we put on reality, and how we can get
Yeah.
lost in that, which is, I mean, it's the
Yeah.
Matrix. It's the like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is real. It's just these concepts we have, and we need to see what's really there. Plato's cave, same kind of a
Yeah.
thing, right? The
Yeah.
shadows on the wall being the map. Well,
Yeah.
the woman presents a perfect map in miniature as a tapestry, and it's like a in and of itself, it's a magical feat because you cannot,
Mm.
as the Borges story shows, you can't really. You would have to create something to map all of the details perfectly. You would have to
Yeah.
create something that was exactly the same size as the thing you're trying to map.
Yeah.
But she manages to do it in miniature, and that's inherently a magical act. It's a
Right.
crystal
Yeah.
ball. It
It's
shows you
impossible.
everything, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I hadn't even thought of that. I was just like, oh yeah, she makes a pretty thing. Entrepreneurial, like you were saying. Like I sort of had
Yeah.
that of like, oh, she makes a thing for him, but the symbol of the thing she makes is neat and definitely has that like eerie quality of surreal. And now in my head, I'm seeing it being a tapestry where like the little people are moving around, and it's
I
like,
was thinking that too. Yeah, and or you could think, are they moving or not? And you go insane like trying to figure it out. And yeah, it's like I think it's changing. It's you look out your window, and it's like the same thing of the same of the corresponding part on the tapestry, and then now they're looking at you in both of them, and but I'm turning it too much into like a silly horror movie, but
I mean, it's pretty creepy. It's a nice image. Like it's well crafted. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I have anything else to say on that, but
to me,
I want
there's
to because it's nice. It's juicy, you
yeah,
know?
I like that image a lot. I want to take that image with me more. And I think that's what the king wants to do. Do you not feel that this is kind of like a consumption of his people? He's trying to, he's lusting after not only one of his subjects, but his beloved subject, who is a beloved servant who is a very, very useful and good person, a very, and and he just wants to consume from the guy
Mm-hmm.
and justify it. Of course, she's a queen. Of course, there's an irony there where he real, But but yeah, I thought his consuming with his eyes this image of the kingdom is, and all the little details, all the people in it and everything, is this sort of like showing his rapaciousness as a ruler, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and for him to just be like, okay, well, here's $10,000 or
That's
whatever it
right.
was.
He
Eh,
takes it.
He takes it and he puts it up and he's like, okay, it's mine now. I've
Yeah.
paid for it. Like there's no, it's consumptive.
Yeah.
It's objectifying. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. There's no appreciation of the craftsmanship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.